Madam Speaker, I wanted to speak a little bit about the SAVE Act and what it's supposed to do to ensure election integrity for our country. And, the commentary that this is somehow going to disenfranchise people who normally vote is just part of the rhetoric of this place that obscures that our elections aren't completely secure when we have millions of illegal immigrants in this country that have been given driver's licenses, IDs, without having passed the muster of actually doing citizenship efforts. So why should that apply to elections? You already see municipalities around this country trying to give the right, the privilege of votes to people that are not here legally. So in the previous example given, if someone has had a recent marriage, but their name doesn't quite match yet because they haven't gotten their legal documents, there's a provision for doing that called provisional voting that you can utilize at that time of election and then go through the process of proving, yes, this is my citizenship, and in order to ensure we have elections with integrity. So when our elections are key to deciding who makes the laws in this country, who makes the policy decisions, they need to be secure. And so if we can't trust the people in office that are actually chosen by American citizens, then what exactly do we have? Only American citizens are supposed to vote in federal elections. Weak laws have made it, as I mentioned, easier now for non-citizens to get on the voter rolls in certain municipalities. So when President Biden took office, administration let at least 4.6 million illegal immigrants into the country, with nearly 2 million more slipping in without being stopped. And these are probably low numbers. It's hard to estimate. Some blue states, as I mentioned, have given these individuals driver's licenses and other benefits, which then can help them in loosely run state election rolls illegally register to vote in federal elections. We need to draw the line, at least at federal election levels. Some blue cities have let them vote in local elections to cause even more confusion and abuse of the process. It's deliberate. Federal law has blocked states from requiring proof of citizenship to register to vote, making it easier for the system to be exploited. That's actually against the Constitution. So how the SAVE Act would go about fixing it, Chip Roy's SAVE Act would require proof of U.S. citizenship and identity shown in person at the place of election when registering or on voting day. This rule would apply either when someone signs up the DMV, a government office, or through the mail, making fair exceptions. If someone is a citizen but doesn't have the usual paperwork, like for religious reasons, they could go through, as I mentioned, an alternative process with strict rules like sworn affidavits. The bill also makes sure there are accommodations for disabled Americans so they aren't wrongly excluded. It addresses cases when someone's documentation might not match their legal name, as I mentioned here, with their name change due to marriage, divorce, or adoption. Some people, especially married women, may face these issues if the ID doesn't exactly match. Under the SAVE Act, they would be required to set up a process in the states to confirm the identity in these cases, therefore allowing them to vote while it's being sorted out. It could include showing legal documents like a marriage certificate or court order proving a name change. These provisions ensure that legitimate voters aren't turned away while still keeping strong safeguards against fraud. So in cleaning up the voter rolls, the SAVE Act requires states to remove non-citizens from voter rolls and gives them access to federal databases to help verify citizenship at no cost to the states. Election officials who ignore these rules or allow non-citizens to register can be sued and penalized, as they should. The Election Assistance Commission will also update federal registration forms to make sure these new security measures are properly put in place. This matters because Americans deserve to know that their vote counts and isn't canceled out by illegal ballots. What an insult. This isn't about politics. It's making sure only legal voters decide who represents in Washington, as well as the state level and local level. It should be. The SAVE Act is a simple, common sense way to restore trust in our elections and keep them honest. If we want fair elections, Congress needs to act, and act now. The SAVE Act helps protect our democracy, which isn't really democracy, it's a republic, enforce our laws, and make sure American citizens, not foreign nationals, decide our future. It's common sense. Let's get it done. I yield back.
The gentleman yields.